Alright, we're recording now. Can start the
Okay,
session.
vamos a empezar.
Yeah, we're starting. This is
Para,
gonna be
vamos a empezar.
I don't think this is gonna be a long one anyway. So, welcome guys. For
Well, if that's a
the
kid, well,
2 to 3 members that are available this session, since JP and Alex are busy with work. What we will be doing is downtime for the characters who are available. And the characters, additional characters that were with you, like the Rogue and the Artificer, they will be NPC'd by me as well. And we'll see what happens with them, if anything. So, I'm gonna mute my phone. I'll put it on
Yes,
Do Not
please do.
Disturb, so it doesn't like start ringing. Doors kind of closed. It's fine. And yeah. So let's start with a previously. So as the adventurers were able to stop the cliff and a cult of the crushing wave from corrupting the water crystal in the temple of Youth Springs. You were able to destroy the cultists with the help of the, awoken knights and the merfolk that lived in the spring. You were able to defeat the cult before they could do irreparable damage. After a successful fight, a hard-fought one, I might add, as 3 to 4 of your characters fell, or almost did, fell in combat. You took a long rest on the inn in the central section of the city. And so you've decided to take some refuge and take a day off, more than anything. So you have the day to yourself. The world is your oyster, as you would say. You're right now confined to what would be the tavern at the moment, as you were being healed and the likes. But you can decide to go anywhere in the city. I don't remember if you recall the map of Erlin Vita. It's been a while, so I'm going to load up the map for you guys to be able to see.
it has been a while.
It has been a long while, so that's why I'm doing this. So I'm going to capture that image. Oh, where is it? Oh, we can capture it. Here we go. And I'm going to tell it to take a photo. No? What is this? Photos? Where is it? Where is it? Photo. No? Okay. It's playing with me apparently. Let's turn on display capture for a sec. Take this to the side. And just do this position. This is Verlin Vita. I will also show the stream. There we go. Verlin Vita.
I'm gonna put myself to at. Ay, Dios mío, it's been a bit. Push talk.
There you go. So yes, so you are in a tavern located inside the central city. It is close to the Youth Springs and the central market. So I'm gonna say this building here, this blue one, is the tavern that you're staying at, or the inn. You can choose to go anywhere in the area. You could go to the docks. You could go to Central Market, maybe the cathedral or the library. The barracks are off limits since that is for royalty or soldiers, unless you're looking for official members or fighters in that sense. Then you would go there, and the keep is completely off limits to civilians. and people, foreigners. Unless you're invited into the keep, you can't really enter. So, like I said, you have a free roam. Right now, you're still in the tavern, and as you all wake up and find yourselves in the middle of the tavern, it's a bit rowdier than the Sad Horse Pub in the lower sector. You see that the civilians are wearing a much more refined attire. Their speech, even though some of them are slurred, tends to be much more refined. You can hear contained laughter. You can hear people like cursing each other out with finer words or higher words or whatever. There are a few maidens wearing very attractive attire in order to call their attention and stuff like that. You hear certain words and rumors being spread, but not really paying attention to any of it, as you've just woken up and you walk down to the tavern. Some of them pay attention to you, as some of you are wearing heavy armor, and so you make a loud noise while walking down the steps. But they return to their drinks and talking to each other. So now I turn to you guys. What would you like to do?
Well, first of all, I'm very, very, very sore. After nearly dying to that terrible, terrible creature. Very formidable foe, I do say so myself, but I did take it down somehow. So I would like to take a moment to stretch. Thank Eldath for giving me another life, I guess. Take a nice drink of water, and just walk out and see the sights. I mean, can an orc even really step outside of these holes and not be judged by everybody? Even though I don't care really, but
you can. You're wearing heavy armor. You're an orc. Like, as you walk around, most of the tavern folk see you and don't really avert your eyes, but they like turn away from you in slight fear. Orcs have a reputation, like in every race, and so if your reputation precedes you, that is to be tested. But they try to avoid you at all costs. So if you were to walk around, most of the citizens will try to avoid you. Like they like move through sides and stuff like that.
that's totally fine with me. First of all, I'd like to ask Mito something. Or any of our companions that are currently with us, maybe.
Yeah. They are with you. Mito should be there. If he's quiet.
Wait a minute. Who's the one that took the quest in the first place? In case you remember, I don't remember. I'm an orc.
I believe that was a combination between Varys and Aileen, as they were the ones who looked at the notice board.
Sorry.
No, don't worry.
So, I like to speak to Varys.
Okay. You call Varys' attention. Varys is eating his breakfast as you like interrupt him, and he's like a mouthful of food. Like, yeah.
Listen, Varys, we went through near-death experiences, the both of us, and it's very tragic. And it was very, how should I say? What's the word? There's a word for it. I don't know. Anyways, the point is, yeah, I guess it was frightening. I don't know. I think I was the most frightening thing there. But the point is, I want to ask you a question.
Yep. Okay.
We went on this crazy near-death experience, and we got nothing to show for it. Not that it's my problem, but I don't put my life on the line unless I get compensated for it. In some capacity, I mean.
weren't we taxed to find these people? And that's when
That
the rogue interjects. Have you guys forgotten? We were tasked by the knight on the Sad Horse Pub to try and stop this cliff from these people sort of appearing.
exactly.
And one thing led to the other, and we started fighting in a freaking waterfall.
Yes, exactly. Which is why I kept that guy alive. Remember that guy we left alive at the end of it? I knocked him out because he was saying nonsense. Remember him? Yes, exactly. Point is, I wanted to use him as evidence or some sort of reward bargaining chip to say that, yay, we did it. Here's some evidence. Here's something that says we did it. Because no one's just gonna believe, oh, we just took out a cliff, and that's it. You know what I mean?
True. Though we do have, witnesses. I'm sure we can find other ways of confirming.
Well,
we
of course, we got the controlled knights. We got that maiden that we saved through medical means. We got the fish people,
Yes.
and it's. I guess that's true, but what happened to that guy we left alive? I just want to know. Maybe I was out too long.
Well, you were hit pretty hard, and once we got to the tavern, you had a drink. You passed out almost instantly. Kind of hilarious, but back to the point.
Sounds like a great day.
I don't know what's actually out there.
I believe that the captured individual was taken by one of the knights once the other cultists escaped from their sight. One of them returned and assisted the cleric girl to secure the area. And so he must have the man. They should either be interrogating him or who knows. Really not my problem. But if you were to need me, I'm going to walk around the city and see if I can find someone I'm looking for.
What? You're not going to come with us to confirm the quest that we put our lives on the line for?
Not really. I will talk to you guys later during the night. If we meet here or in the Sad Pub, I will meet you there, but I am going to look for somebody. And if you excuse me, as he gets up from the table, drink in hand, chugs down the jug.
Okay, you go do that.
Good luck, my friend. And he walks out of
I'm sorry.
He walks out of the tavern and just disappears in the crowd of people that are outside.
Alright, now that the stick in the mud is out of the way, Varys.
Yeah?
We need to go and do this thing because I need money. Because I realized something during that last fight. I realized something.
There.
I need heavier artillery.
Yeah, I don't remember how much he promised, but he promised a hefty price. So he delivers.
The reason why I ask is because obviously I was not around or paying attention for what you guys were doing whatsoever. So I looked at my coin purse and I realized, oh snap, I'm low on cash. So if we can go get money from this quest completion, then we can go on our merriment and spend on drink, maybe grog. I've had grog in a while. But point is, I would like to get heavier weaponry, please. That's something that I need right now. What about you, Varys? Varys, you need something. You need something, don't you? Good. Money can solve that.
I think I do. Not really sure right now. I'm kind of lost on what I really need. I need survivability. Just keep
I got
getting
it.
knocked
I
out.
got it. I got what you need. You need something to take care of that Griffin baby.
The Griffin baby. We need to check
What-
on the
what?
baby. I forgot about the baby.
Pero que eso es lo que hace el ataque, confuse you.
Listen,
Just
I
like
don't know if this is the GM talking or if this is Varys talking.
This is Varys.
Listen, Varys, you need to get your priorities straight. I wanted to eat the damn thing.
No.
The
Think
British-
about the potential this baby can do for us. Okay,
I mean,
just think
the
about it.
fact that we can ride on its back sounds cool, but we need
Uh-huh.
money in order for it to take care of it.
What? We're fine. We already killed one cult or something. We can take care of a baby. It's like,
Of course.
trying
Nice.
to look for something here. Trying
How
to look for
how to raise a griffin?
No, I already have that on my page here.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I do. How to raise a puppy, or what was it? It was a peculiar name. I think it's in advanced systems. Let me look for it. It's taking care of a cub. It has babysitting roles, and I have the incubation time, like the growth of the creature. So I have to keep track of how many days it has occurred for the cub to grow in a state where they can start to do other stuff. Yeah.
This is unreal.
D&D,
D&D, everybody.
You better believe it. Like, I can show you. Look. For those here. This is my D&D
Oh my fucking
OneNote.
god.
Babysitting roles and the growth rate. It takes 5 years for the Griffin to turn into an adult.
It takes how many days?
5 years.
5 years.
It takes 5 years for a
Gotcha.
Griffin. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be
incubation-
part of that group for that long, so it's going to be a little weird. An orc that just joins the band in Misfits that has a baby egg of a griffin that probably tastes like chicken, just to look for some group of orcs that travel to the north. And
you're cooking
What?
and you're not.
No, we're not cooking the egg. Okay, we talked about
yes,
this.
we're yes, exactly your point. We're pointing exactly. We're gonna cook the egg. We're gonna eat it because it was a job
No,
well done,
we are
and this is
not.
the biggest source of
We are
protein we
not
got.
touching that egg. You are not touching that egg. I won't allow it.
Okay, so if I'm not gonna eat the egg, then you're gonna come with me to bring in this quest so you can get money and have your artillery and make big man, big firepower, muscle boom. You know what I'm saying. Point is,
I understand what you're saying. All right, let's go and I forgot the word. Give in the quest to receive our money. Okay, let's go over there.
yes, there we go. Let us go. I just pick up Varys from his chair, bowl and breakfast
Pick
in
up the
hand. I just
chair.
push him out the door.
I just imagined you picking up the chair with bears on it.
I just pick up the I pick up the chair from the bottom where the legs are supported. I pick it up.
Oh, dear.
Let's go, Varys. I just imagine the innkeeper saying, "Hey, that's in property. Put that down."
You see some of the maidens like look at you carrying Varys out. Like, sir, could you leave the chair? That's property. It's private property. Could you leave that, please? You can take the elf if you want, but leave the chair, please.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, sure thing. I drop the chair and I catch him by the scruff of his fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll be out of your hair in no time. Let's go. Check the door and just fucking go.
You check the door, goddamn. Oh my god.
This is gonna be silly.
Adventures in
This is gonna be a silly downtime session.
Alright. And so you head to what would be the Sad Horse Pub. So as you leave the tavern and start heading down, you head over a bridge and you can see the people around you are moving about on their day, but they seem to be moving hurriedly. Some of them avoiding you, others ignoring your existence as they're busy with something. You see others carrying small boxes or small packages as they're running from point A from point A to point B. You see that the bridge is being adorned. Like they're adding certain insignias, balloons, and stuff as they're preparing for some sort of ceremony or event. And you can see that on actually all around you as they're preparing banners, they're preparing different stuff around the whole area. And as you walk down the bridge, you are met at the gate. The gate right now is closed, entre comillas. The middle gate is blocked by guards as both sides have a battalion of guards just protecting the southern gate. As you approach, they see you approaching and they look confused. One, because you're carrying an elf like a puppet, and two, because they didn't see you walk through this gate. Like, they don't remember hearing or reading a report of an orc just walking through the gate. So they're kind of caught off guard.
Okay, I don't remember sneaking in. That I don't remember.
You went through the sewers to get to the youth springs.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
You went through the sewers following the lead, and it took you to the youth springs, into the inner city. So in a way, you did sneak in. In a way. But they don't recognize you, so they're kind of perplexed. And so one of the guards steps forward with a spear in hand. Like, not pointing at you, but in hand. He walks up and, like, gestures to you to stop for a moment. And says, I don't remember allowing the two of you through this gate.
Well, that's the thing. All our faces look alike, and I understand that there's a bit of confusion, and that there was how should I, Varys, help me out here. Listen, we're here because we're on a quest. We can't. Fuck me. We can't. There's gonna be a persuasion roll. Hold on. Let me get my dice. Okay, back. So, we came in, we had to do this big quest for this pub that's down this road, of course. And we got our asses kicked really hard. We rested at the tavern, and we're here to bring in this lovely quest that we've agreed to take upon. Certified by the people of this fine kingdom, and well, yeah, that's really about it. That's all I got.
Varys just looks at the guard and says, well, what he said is true. You know, we were following these cliffs, and we were trying to take them out, and one thing led to the other, and we ended up in here.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we saved the city. We saved the city from the cliffs, so, you know, we're kind of heroes. You know?
Yeah, we're definitely heroes, right, Varys? Exactly.
I'm gonna roll for Varus as a persuasion, and you will roll independently, and we'll average out your persuasions.
Oh, fuck me. Luckily, I'm a paladin, so I have high charisma.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
Varus does not, so...
Oh, Varys! $14.
14? It's around
14.
10. He rolled a 6, so around 10 would be the average. Yeah, 10, because it's 20 divided by 2, so it's 10. The guard looks at the two of you, looks at the other guard behind him, and the other guard behind him just just gestures like, I don't know. And he just looks back at you.
What the fuck?
He just looks back at you two, like, with this, like, movement and, like, grinning teeth. It's like, okay. I mean, as long as you don't cause any trouble. The king issued an order to allow passerbys.
Oh no, we...
Now into the inner circle.
Don't you worry, we got rid of all the trouble. We got rid of all the trouble already, that's why we're here to give it this quest.
Alright. If that's the case, then thank you. You can pass through the gate. Just don't cause any trouble. Alright?
No trouble at all.
Good. Let him pass.
We're just gonna
and
scoot right
so,
by, go through the
Yeah,
gate.
it screams to the guards to
Given
let them
this
pass,
fucking-
and they create an opening large enough for you to walk through. As you walk through the gate, you're back to the lower section of the city. You can see the same buildings. You have access to the common market and the pub. And so you would be heading directly to the pub where the quest givers were. I'm looking for something here, and I keep forgetting. Ooh. I think I found it. Okay. So as you get to the pub, inside, you can see that there's some adventurers, some people wearing insignias, others just wearing leather armor, medium armor, with their weapons, prepared for certain jobs or quests. You can see the notice board has not really increased in jobs. It still has the recurring themes, except one of them, which was the one you partaked and completed. And so, as you walk in, you can see that there is, the counter where some of the assistants are, passing papers and signatures, and the other side where is the tavern itself, where there's a rowdy noise coming from inside. As people are playing their music, they're playing, talking, doing all the things you would be expecting to be occurring inside a pub. And so, why did you change? Studio mode, therefore. And so, as you walk in, inside there are the usual suspects. Inside, you see the adventurers, you see the people, you see a character that was there in the interrogation, a barbarian character that was in the room with you when they were discussing the whole cliff and the information you had found. He spots you entering the pub, and so he drops his arms and starts walking towards you. He walks up to you, and he says, "Well, it seems that you are worth your word, big man."
Wow, word gets around fast. How'd you know?
Well, thanks to the knights from the temple, we were able to get word of what happened. It seems that you stopped a calamity before it even began. And for that, the city owes its gratitude to you. And you see Varus like,
I guess.
Shucks. Yeah, this is just, doing things.
Yeah, well, it's just as you said, we're just a couple of calamity stoppers.
Well,
Guess you could just give us that title, I guess.
well, as you can see, the pub has regained some of its former glory. Right now, we still have other jobs to do. You should go and talk
That
to
is
Linus.
perfectly understandable.
You should go and talk to Linus. He is on the top floor. He should be waiting for you with your payment.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Let's go, Varus.
Yep. And so you go up the stairs. I opened the altar thing. You go up the stairs and you meet. You go up the stairs, up to the second floor, then the third floor. On the top stairs, you go into the last room where you had your reunion with Linus and I forgot his name. I keep forgetting their characters' names. Adrian. As you go into the room, Linus is there with some other documents as he's signing signatures. He spots your presence and it's like, welcome.
Oh yes, good morrow. I would like to say that we have completed the quest that was retaining its hand. We stopped the cliffs, and
that you did.
Yes, we did. Yes, exactly. That's exactly the point. So I would like to say, we heard that we're going to get paid, so we're here for payment.
That is true. And so he opens a drawer on his desk and pulls out a very hefty bags. He pulls out 2 pouches from there. As promised, as I said before, the quest was doubled. And so instead of receiving the 500 gold pieces from the initial reward, you'll be receiving 1,500 instead.
Wait, can you tell me again?
The 1,000 is for taking down Cliff itself. The other 500 for taking down his fanatic cult. And this is my bonus to you. And so he pushes the bags onto you. As you pick them up, they're heavy because 500, 1,500 gold coins is a lot. You turn in your quest, you receive your reward. And he gives you his thanks as part of a Wolf Pride guild, as you've shown your values. And so he turns to the two of you. Again, after payment, he says, this guild could use men like you. You could be part of a bigger family, if you wish.
Could you repeat that one more time? Guild people like us?
The guild could use people like you.
In what regard?
You would be members of the guild. You will receive bonuses, and certain quests that require your expertise could be sent your way. We keep each other safe, and whatever need you may need, we can always try to provide it. As best as possible, of course.
Yes, of course. I take Varus to the side.
I am flattered for your offer. On a personal note, I am more interested in knowing your traders and your craftsmen and artisans.
Mito, where did you come from?
Mito followed you. Mito followed you like a street
As far as
rat.
I know.
Wait, did the god see you at the entrance over there? Did he let you in and just
Mito was
or
like so
something.
far behind
You're on
from the
your
party
own.
that when you guys went forward, Mito just looked like a normal human and they didn't stop him. You're an orc. You stand out from the crowd. So they're like, how did an orc get in here? That's my question. Anyway, so you
I'm not.
I was under the impression that I was somewhere else, but then you talk about the two of you. Like he pushes the back of flow to the two of you. Like I'm not consider. Wait, are we together?
No, because Varys is with him. I meant two of you because Orgast and Varys are together. That's what I meant by that.
Me dejas saber cuando sea mi turno.
Okay. So you like take a moment, like turn around with Varys and start to talk to him.
Varys, I'm not good with the whole coin thing. You know, numbers are kind of not my thing. But I know you're a scholar. I know you go to school. So you're good with numbers, yes. Now tell me, where does 1,500 get us in terms of coin?
1,500 gold pieces is a lot. We could get some stuff from the market, even a magic item. I think we could get with that. A few, actually.
So, a magic item or an item that bashes people's brains in faster, that'll be great for me. But,
yeah.
Of course, you know, yeah, of course. But now, his offer to make us guild members, obviously we could use a source of income on our ventures. We won't be dedicated members. However, the money sounds good. But we all have our own things to do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a personal quest that we've all taken up on. And we're not going to be extra dedicated or staying here at this lovely, lovely establishment.
No.
As much as I want to help him out.
No, and it's true. I want to go north too. So, we're not really staying here for long. Longer than we really need. And Varys turns quickly. Hey, Mr. Wolfpride, sir, do you take quests outside of the city? Maybe? Like on a certain
somewhere
area?
specifically
All,
north,
like,
in the northern
all, like,
area.
Located here, like on Verlin Vita. You know, unhypothetical.
I mean, no disrespect. No disrespect. I mean, we enjoy this place. This looks fantastic. Now, but we are traveling northward. If there's any northward quests,
Linus.
then maybe I could take it.
Yeah, Linus kind of like smiles to himself. And he responds, I knew it was going to be a very difficult request for me to just suddenly ask for you to join a guild, knowing that you are nomads in every sense of the word. But if you were to become part of the Pride, you can take some quests that are required elsewhere. We do have some delivery quests from now and again. So if you were to suddenly be in the city and be able to carry more than you have now, you can always deliver the product or protect it. We don't just deal with the problems in the city. We deal with problems in the region, really. Regions from the Verlin lands. And so, a bit north, a bit south.
And
anything
that sounds
under the king's rule would be in demand.
That sounds fantastic. No, obviously, if we were to take up your offer to work here, we would have to stay here. which is a bit of a problem because, of course, if we were to deliver said goods up north or south or east or west of the region, there isn't another pride guild like this around the region where we could just drop off the goods, take the money there, and keep going with our day-to-day basis.
Well, certain
Something
quests will
like
be
that.
to deliver to the supplier, and they would supply the gold directly. Others are return quests, as you are collecting the item and then returning with it. And so, it all depends on the errand.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Awesome. I understand that you're looking for members, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be very, very strong members around this region somewhere. And not as strong as us, of course, because we just took care of a very big problem because we're a bunch of calamity stuffers, if you know what I'm saying. But listen, it's a generous offer, but I have to humbly decline. However, if there is quest going up northward, I would definitely take that. Isn't that right, Varys? I nudge him a little.
Yeah. If there's any quest heading up north, we'd like to check it out. If that were possible. He sighs like, at the moment, I don't really have a quest for non-members. You can look up the notice board if you've looked for any public quests. So, I extend my hand to you. He extends his hand and shakes your hand, and hopes for you a good journey.
Thank you too. Hopefully the Pride comes a big establishment, lots of embellishments, lots of gold going your way. You seem like a very nice man. We'll just head on our way.
Thank you. And so, as you turn around, you leave the room. You go back downstairs. The barbarian adventurer, Cliffjaw, signs his regards as you practically have the rest of the day for yourself, as you decide where to head up next. I will turn to Mito now. Mito, what are you doing? Mito.
Well, my character, as far as I know, my character doesn't know anything Orgast did. So, after I rest up for a little while, and my injuries feel better, I went back to my personal quest of building a market infrastructure to increase the wealth and the legacy of the X family. Now,
Yes,
the businessman.
I have a farm of medicinal herbs in the making. Originally I was
I'll be back.
interested in a place where I can sell my goods. So I would like to inquire about that, but at the same time, I would like to inquire about the local business to see if I can have another business opportunity. For example, back in the medicinal herbs, instead of being a competition for the elf druid, I was like, you know what? We both want the same thing, to make money out of medicine. So let's work together. Here I have more land. We can split their earnings by working the land together.
Okay, yeah, you did
So
that.
it's her and the family I hired.
And what was that location named?
That was a long time ago. A long session
was
ago.
On Lowaville. That was a conversation you had with Lowaville and the mayor, where you had paid a farmer to help you clear out the house with his kid. So you gave that, and you also proposed a business relation with the druid of that village. And so, with that proposition being made, you started to create a business, but you haven't really started to receive any earnings from it at the moment.
I know. I fully know. I'm just recapping what I know that I have. I don't have any a system running. I don't have a business running.
No, you are setting up still.
Exactly. So what I want to see is I need a place of of high. I'm trying to keep it in English for the stream. Um, of high population of adventures where I can make profit selling medicine, like high quality medicine.
Okay, so the
On the
idea
other
for you
hand,
is to open a
Mhm.
shop here and have the production farm in the village. That way you have a chain of produce being created and produce being sold in the city.
Mhm.
Okay? You can assess that. You can make an assessment on where you could try to maybe build a shop or the location. I believe that you had asked previous sessions before combat started, and you went on like a four session journey trying to defeat the cliffs. That you had talked to the NPC merchants here in the city,
Mhm.
and they had instructed
Yeah.
you in order to like open a shop legally. You need permission from the Merchant Guild that was found in the middle, the center of Berlin Vita, which you locate yourself in at the moment. You need to find this Merchant Guild
That would
to be able to like give your proposal as to what you would be selling, how, and see what their fees are and all this stuff. I don't know why I know all this because I've been trying to start a business myself, so I kind of like have the information in me. It's like coming out slowly. Yes, you would need to have, you need to find the guild, propose your idea, and be able to get the blessing and the signature from the guild to be able to open a shop.
So thank you for telling me that. That would be one thing that I need. The other thing I need is I have I'll be cultivating the raw herbs, the raw materials to some medicines, but I still need someone to synthesize them.
Synthesize them?
Yeah, like instead of selling medicinal herb to sell actual medicine.
Like potions and healing items and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's another investigation again. So we'll be either. That's why I'm curious about what the town has to offer and what do I need to open a shop.
Okay. To open a shop, since you're not building a stronghold, Deborsi, what you're doing is like refurnishing the shop to have the things you need. I'm going to say.
This what the farm is a farm. It's a complete different thing.
Yeah, the farm is a farm, and that has its own price, which I already gave you, which was, I believe,
Was 250 goals.
yeah. You marked it down, right?
I remember the number. I didn't mark it down.
You should mark it down, though. You should mark it down, so if you start paying for it, like for the materials and everything, because it'll cost you. It takes time. Like it'll take 15 days to like furbish the whole farm, which is downtime, and then running the business has its own downtime activity. So come over. You need to be able to do both, which I have all that shit here on my OneNote, which is why I can't delete OneNote. So,
Well, sucks to be you. Sucks to be me too.
yep. So you would be, in essence, building a stronghold, but you're not really building a stronghold. It'll just be an extension of a shop. So it'll cost around the same thing for you to build a shop or buy a shop, because you would need to pay for the rent or buy the building in order to make the necessary changes to it, depending on what you're going for, what the shop's going to be for. So in that instance, you first need to spot where you're going to open your shop. If it's going to be a building or if it's going to be como una carpita o algo como que where you sell your merchandise in the streets, como estaba abajo en the lower part of Erlenville, where most of the merchants were like in stalls.
Keeping in mind that I need a place to actually craft the medicine, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have like an actual building where I can have the laboratory on the second floor.
That is true. You can have the building here or in the farm, but the farm has less protection since there's less guards in that area. So it'll be a lot better for you to buy a building or rent out a building here in the city.
Yeah, I know I don't have the money to start anything, so this phase is only
At the moment, you don't have money. What you may have is a proposal for a job for a shop, but you first need to find the Immersion Guild in order to see what you need, what you really need to get started.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
You know, because of your bullshit, I'm gonna need to update my running a business thing to add other stuff. Because you're like, making me think of stuff I need. It's stuff I need. And I'm like, okay. Opening a shop. What do I need?
I wanna bump this up in the priority list because of real life.
Yeah, literal.
Me avisas cuando tengas tu negocio para darte promoción.
Yeah, cuando empiece, because right now, hice una propuesta, like 2 propuestas, and I haven't really heard back because the mayor who I sent the proposal to is out of the island because he's in hot water right now. Se metió en un lío bien feo. Yeah, that's something that happened, and now I gotta re-plan, I think. Anyway, so you need to
record USA. If you're hearing this, do your job.
So if you need to you need to first find a guild, see what they need, and then look around to see your options, like in the city where you would be opening your shop, because it doesn't have to be in the center of the city. It could be on the lower side or the upper side, as long as you're able to open your shop to begin with. So now I ask you, what are you doing? What is the first thing you're doing? Are you looking for the Immersion Guild, or are you going to look around the city to see your options?
Perdona que te cambie el tema. ¿Te acuerdas que te contesté de un trabajo? Te comenté un trabajo que me dieron.
Yeah.
Estaba chequeando mi email ahora mismo a ver si me llegaron los documentos que me enviaron. Y me hizo pop-up un email acabando de llegar de Pac-Man 99.
Pac-Man 99.
Yes.
Is that a job? Is that a place?
No, it's a game. Pac-Man 99. He just pop up like estaba chequeando mi correo electrónico y ahí mismo se añadió ahí mismo. ¡Plup! Yo, well, that happened. Y me dejó bruto lo que era. Perdóname por el anuncio no pagado. Yeah. I'm interested in looking for the Merchant Guild. You can edit that out.
Alright, so you're looking for the guild. So I'm going to show you the map, actually. Where's the map? Yes, magic. Hotkeys. They're great. And so, as you get out the tavern, you look around. The King's Library is right in front of you, as the tavern is located here. As you look around, you see that there's a ton of people. You see banners. You see them putting up balloons, and they're preparing for some sort of event that is going to occur. And in a short time. And so
Well, what happened in a short time?
they seem to be preparing for some sort of event that you haven't really heard of. You're not from this area, so you don't know what's really happening. But you see people like putting up balloons, putting up banners and bannerets, little flags from building to building and that kind of thing, like decorating the streets to be a lot more festive.
Mito X is amused by this.
Hmm.
And he finds the urge to investigate about the festival, since festival is an opportunity for business, because he wants to stay focused on the mission.
Hmm. Okay. So, as you walk around, you have various locations to look for this guild. They told you that the guild was located on the central city, like the central part of the city, but they didn't really specify where the guild hall or the merchant guild was located. And so you really have no real sense of direction as to where you need to go. So
Can
you
I
need
just
to.
go to the central market then?
Yes, you can.
Mhm.
You head to the central market. As you follow
Mhm.
the crowd and they walk around you, they say hi, they look happy, smiling. You see some kids with toys running around, some little, like, ships with balloons on top of them, like running around like they're floating or whatever. And you reach the central market and you can see a bunch of stalls surrounding a central well, similar to how it's in the common market down below on the lower section. And here you see a lot more stalls. They are bigger in size, they're broader, covering a lot more ground. And you can see that there's a lot of traffic. Most of these stalls are covered by 2 to 3 different merchants or sellers, selling some weapons, selling items, selling meats, foods, produce, and certain items here and there. You see around 10 to 20 stalls just around the whole area, selling a variation of items. You feel like if you look around, you'll be able to find anything you're really looking for.
I just realized I have proficiency in history.
Could you repeat that, please? I kind of cut off.
I just realized I have proficiency in history.
Apparently, you do. Going to.
Okay,
So
going back to the.
you are in front of the hall, the central market, and so in front of the central market, you can decide what you really need to do. And so the market is right in front of you. You can decide to look around, see what items are being sold, or decide to try to find what you're looking for.
I would like to take a close inspection of what's the of what's on sale, like the different kinds of shops that are on display.
Alrighty. So you start to walk around and start to peruse around the stalls and shops. Some of these shops are selling very peculiar items like urns with very detailed engravings. Some of them are selling weapons that look fairly refined, and some of the more like wanted weapons are in the back with little easy access as 2 or 3 people in front deal with the customers. In the back of that hut, you can see someone with a with a with an anvil as he hacks away at whatever weapon he's molding. Another stall, you can see someone with leather working, making some custom armor for a very broad man as he stitches the leather braces and shoulder pads of that humanoid. You can see meats being sold, fish being hanged and like filleted right in front of the people. You can see an assortment of different things. I could keep describing multiple things, but we would be here all night. Do you, I guess, again, you get a sense that whatever you're looking for, you'll be able to find it in this market. So if you're looking for weapons, you'll be able to find it. If you're looking for, let's say, magical items, you can look around and I'm sure you'll find something. If you're looking for potions, you find a potion dealer as the youngest of the two is in front and the oldest in the back is brewing some potions, as you can see of cheese, with a brewing kit and everything in the back. And so, the deeper you look, the more you get a sense that everything is available to you. At a price, of course.
I'm still trying to look for my gold. Where's my gold? Where's my money?
You don't really have any money right now because Orgas is the one carrying that load of cash.
I know, but I have 123 golden pieces, 112 copper pieces, and 7 silver pieces. That's what I was looking for. I do
Okay.
have a lot of money, just didn't have enough to refurbish the farm.
At the moment, no.
Uh-huh.
So you have money. Yeah, you have plenty of money. You have 123. So gold, which is a lot of money comparatively to how a commoner usually lives, which is with copper pieces or silver pieces every once in a while. So you have enough money to actually peruse and maybe buy an item or two. It's completely up to you what you decide.
I am more interested in something for armor, so I need to increase my AC ASAP.
Your AC. Okay.
Yeah, in case I get naked again. Oh, no peace for what do I do? Take it like a man. Whoop!
Whoop, 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 whoop.
My armor class to see if I can raise it higher. Like, mesquite, oil flax, poison ivy, potion of healing, passion, threat mist, scimitar. Okay, I have a couple of I don't know what's that for. What was the tinderbox for?
Tinderbox? It's for starting fires.
Okay, the tinderbox, the torch, the wolfbane. I don't think I have everything I have is here, but I had a lot of things on the other app.
Yes, you did. Did you lose the app? I think you did, right? Because it was the old phone?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's why. It's kind of hard to keep track of everything when your phone dies, you know?
Yeah, not too much. I had like a couple of crossbows, a couple of bolts, poison bolts, poison flask.
I believe that most of the crossbows that you had found, you sold, which is why you have a lot of gold to begin with. And
there we
most
go.
of the weapons and stuff like that, especially from the beginning sessions, whatever weapons that you found, you sold pretty easily.
4, 5, 6, 7 light crossbow and a heavy crossbow. I found my crossbows.
Yeah.
I sold a lot of weapons though. Thing is, since this town has a bit of everything, it's not like I can sell weapons unless I sell them on the cheap, like 10 gold pieces for each, like so that the weaponsmith can get at least 15 gold income, which wouldn't be bad because that would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 gold pieces.
Depending on the ¿cómo se dice? depending on the weapon's quality and their price, their normal price, they buy the weapons back, por decirlo así. So if you find a crossbow and it's on good condition, they could buy it from you like at half price unless you haggle the price. They could buy from you at half price, depending on who you're selling it to, too, because some people are swindlers and they buy for less. So it all depends really on to who you're selling, what you're selling, and how many of those you have, or how many of those, how much gold the other person is willing to, let go of. Because you could give them like a buttload of weapons where they're like, I'm not buying all this shit. I don't even know where to sell this shit. That kind of thing.
Not to mention that I wanted to set the crossbow for a place like a small village where they don't have any weapons.
Yeah, like you want to sell the weapons in order to, like, not give a militia to a village, but give them weapons so they could defend themselves if the need ever arises.
Exactly, in order to make the money.
Yeah.
But this place has a bit of everything. They don't exactly have a need. I would need like some premium item. Which later on I can have like high quality medicine for sale, but at the moment there's not much I can offer. Now, what can I take? Let's start with the armor. I need to update my armor.
Your armor. Okay.
Yeah, because for weapon wise, I need update too, but weapon wise, it's not a priority because of, wild shape.
That is true. Your wild shape also gives you armor, entre comillas. Depending on the beast that you turn into, your AC could increase or decrease. Your AC naturally is a 14. I believe because you wear a shield. Right? No, you have leather armor.
And a shield.
I don't see you wearing a shield. Yes, you do have a shield. What the fuck? Where's your shield? Oh, it is there, yeah. You have a wooden shield, por decirlo así. Which gives you the +2 to your AC. But without it, if you were to lose the shield, you suddenly drop to a 12. So,
which is caca.
Kind of, yeah. So, in order to increase, let's say, your armor, because you could look around and you find what would be the armor smith that was working, the leather workings on this humanoid. You go back to that shop. First one to come to mind because you're looking for armor. As you walk up, you see that the humanoid, the owner is working on somebody else and like taking measurements for the body and writing it down on a piece of tabloid, piece of paper with a quill. A smaller person walks from behind the counter, gets up on a stool, crosses his arms and looks at you. What do you want?
Oh, good afternoon, sir. Good morning, sir. My name is Mito X. I'm a traveling merchant. And in my travels, I've been exposed to enough danger to be concerned about my own protection. I would like to inquire about your armors.
Well, you've come to the right place if you're looking for protection. Well, we got almost everything, really. We got leather armor, medium armor, heavy armor. What you looking for?
The light armor. What's your best light armor, sir?
Light armor is okay. Get me. Let me turn a bit. He looks around to his equipment. He finds, he has a basic leather armor pack. And let me look for this thing. I don't know why I didn't take the chance to look for it. Actually, I have the notebook there. I'll bring my notebook.
Dookie!
This is my shop catalog.
Because
the shop catalog. I still have that.
You made that yourself?
I made the cover. The catalog was made by somebody else. So you go to the armor smith. Armor smith. So you go for the light. There is some. Okay, I hear screaming behind me. That's why. There's some studded leather armor.
Hay un psicópata en la casa y tú no lo sabes.
I just hear screaming.
Hey, if we need to call the police.
He answers, I hurt you. Okora.
I heed the call and you must answer.
Okay.
Oh, Heavenly Mother.
Alright, so he has a studded leather. If I recall, studded leather is like the upgrade for the leather armor. It is. I'm going to look for it. Manage equipment. Going to look for it here. Leather armor. Where is it? Studded leather. There we go. The studded leather is a. It's made a bit tougher than the normal leather, and it's a little bit more expensive. It increases your AC instead of being an 11, it increases it to a 12, plus your dex, plus your shield. So it'll increase your armor from 14 to 15 if you were to equip it. It is reinforced, and it has a closed set of rivets and spikes. So it has like little spikes and rivets that help with deflection of certain attacks at certain angles, giving it a little bit more protection. Having rivets on the arms, the arms, the shoulder, that kind of thing. And so he like pulls up the armor, drops it in front of the counter, gets on the stool again. He's like, oh, this little puppy here will cost you 45 gold pieces. If you're willing to part with them.
Oh, parting with them is not a problem. It's after the dangers of my travels, I was hoping for something a little more sturdy.
Yep, this is sturdy enough.
Do you also have an upgrade to my shield? And I lay my wooden shield on the desk with all the battle scar. Any small shield, maybe a metal reinforced wooden shield.
You can't use metal.
No.
You can't use metal because of your class. You won't be able to watch it if you have metal on you. That's why you have a wooden shield. He says,
maybe a wooden shield reinforced with leather?
It already has leather on it. Putting more leather will just add more weight, not real protection. As he thinks for a moment. I don't think I can help you. Not even boss can. Huh? Well, just keep with the man. I think,
do you have
and you didn't hear this from me. I think you should go to that shop down there. And he points to another shop. That you can see that it doesn't really have much of a line. It seems to be a much more enclosed area, as it's like hidden between some stalls. You should go to that stall over there. He should be able to help you with your shield thing. Maybe you can enchant it or something. But if you're buying the leather, it's 45.
I want to buy the leather. I would like to see that store first, and then I'll come back.
See yourself. And he picks up the leather and puts it back on the rack.
Okay.
And,
is this the general smithy, or is this a weapon armor smith?
I would like to know your name.
Leather worker. Leather worker and armor smithy are two different things.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
before I leave, I would like to have your name, good sir.
My name?
Yes.
My name's Husk.
Well, Husk, Mito X. Nice to meet you. I'll be
nice
back.
to meet you too. I hope to have business with you real soon.
Indeed, likewise.
moving on.
So,
And so
I go to mysterious store. What
you
do I
go-
see?
You go to the stall that he mentions. You walk up to it, and it's close to the weaponsmith, the one selling weapons and stuff, but it's a little further back. And as you walk up close, you can see that the stall doesn't really have much of anything on the foreground, as most of it is covered by glass, like a glass panel. Inside, what you see are like pocket watches, a stick looking very weird. You recognize it as a wand because you're a magical class, but normal people wouldn't really recognize it.
Well,
You see,
Now that I notice that I have some history, maybe I can identify
Like I
some
said-
of them because of my knowledge.
like I said, because of your class and because you have high history, you can really tell what some of these items are. Like that watch is magically infused to always tell you the correct time of day. Like that wand in particular helps channel being a spellcasting focus for the magical class. There's an orb there as well, used for scrying. And so you kind of get a sense that this is a shop, a magical shop.
Mhm.
You see right now usable trinkets outside of, the normal magical trinket. There are certain things here and there that are functional, but not meant for adventuring. But you don't really see anybody in the front. There's like a big drapery separating the shop from the back and the front. There is a bell right in front, and it has a... ¿Cómo se dice? Tiene como que a plaque. That's what I was... The word I was... Plaque. It says ring for service.
Before I ring, I wanna inspect closely without touching the orb for scribing. Like that's like a fortune telling orb. The specific word scribing that I didn't understand. Eso es una cosa que me permite espiar en la gente. Como quien dice.
Yes. Scrying is another word for like seeing. So it's an orb. It's an orb that, when infused with magic, you can use certain scrying spells in order to focus your magic on an object. That's what this allows. So you could use this orb to spy on people, see certain monsters or locations or stuff, if you have the spell for it, that is. So it's more of a spellcasting focus than the object itself being activated. If you understand what I mean.
I was interested in it in order to check on my employees. I have
that's a very specific item that I don't think
I
has
have
been
a
invented
farm in
yet.
a city, a store in another city. I don't even know where will I end up having a laboratory. And that's why a tool that will let me check on all my employees.
Yeah, no, that's not what this orb does. You need a spell for it to work. You need to know the spell.
Yeah.
It's a component, por decirlo así. It's a spell component. So, yeah. The shop's in front of you. What do you do?
As I am puzzled by everything I see, I proceed to slowly and cautiously ring the bell as I stare into the darkness of the tent. Bing!
You ring the first time. You hear almost no movement. You ring again. No movement.
No, give it 5 more seconds before I ring a second time. I ring a second time.
You ring a second time. And,
Yeah.
you hear a sudden...
I'll take it as they know I'm here. I'm gonna wait patiently as a professional merchant.
Yeah. You hear like some like rumbling and moving of stuff as as you sense, you hear footsteps moving closer and closer to you, and you feel like this person is taking forever to get to you for some reason. And as he gets, as you start to see the shadow being protrude from a light being reflected on the drapery, you see a hand like edged to the side and open, and inside you see a human covered in muck and soot, with goggles like stuck up here, a hair drazzled and just looking like he hasn't showered in days, and the clothing just like just imagine a doctor's cloak, but completely gray, with mucks of brown everywhere. It's like, hello.
Can I say he reminds me of the artificer in our group?
He could, yeah, but human. Hello.
Okay, then Mitois remains quiet for 3 seconds as he processes how much it reminds him of his fellow ally.
Sir, did you lose your brain? How can I help you?
Oh, I apologize, good sir. You just remind me of a friend of mine. I was shocked to see you.
That's a new one.
You know, one day I'll actually bring him along. Now, back to business. My name is Mito X. Nice to meet you.
Oh, and he like comes out of the drapery. Drapery closes. Like starts to want to try to get the suit off his hands as best as possible. It's like, nice to meet you. My name is Andrew. How can I help you?
Yes, I show him my wooden shield. I'm interested in improving my defense.
Your defense?
My protection. I would like to see what would you have to offer. Long story short, I'm a traveling merchant, and in my travels I've been exposed to enough danger to be concerned about my safety.
I see. So you are an adventurer looking for safety precautions. Okay. Let me think here. And he like moves to like a box in the back and like opens it. A small box, and he starts like putting his hands deeper in the dimensions of the box, pulls out something. No, he won't need that. And starts like rummaging through the box to a point where his whole torso like goes into the box looking for something. Just hold on a second. I think I get it. Wait.
I'm laughing because if I were chaotic evil, I would just push the guy inside the box,
and his legs are like up in the box.
Everything else.
His legs are like up in the box, like get here. His legs keep going in and in until a point where you don't see his legs, but you can still hear him getting deeper and deeper into the box to the point where you're like, is he okay? And all of a sudden, he's like, I got it. His hand like extending out of the box. He climbs out. It's like closes the box. Alright.
Andrew, I think you should tie a rope to something the next time you go in.
It's fine. I jump in there sometimes just to hide from people. Look, I found this is a brace of protection. Made of wood, completely enchanted to protect you from danger. It helps you, feel more protected. It is, like I said, braces of protection. They're good. He places the pair on like the counter. These will run you around 150 gold if you want to buy these. They are very good. And they're easy to use, really. By equipping them yourself, you will protect yourself from danger and does not count against the armor that you wear currently. In essence, you'll feel like you'll have 1+ AC at all times.
That's actually really interesting. It sounds wonderful. It sounds like it's worth everything you're asking for it. But if I were to buy that, I'll be really tight. And as a merchant, I do need to have capital for trade.
all that is
let
true.
me see if I have something I could offer you in exchange for to compensate for some of the gold.
Well, if you have something to trade, we may have something to talk about. What you got?
Hey, do you craft these artifacts yourself?
Yes, I do. Me and my trusty assistant that is in the back right now, trying not to die with the death machine that I left him behind. Yeah,
Because
of course, we're not dealing with death machines. He's just enchanting an armor piece that came to sentience. So he's having issue there, which is why I took a second to get here.
because I was concerned that if you need raw materials or anything, but if you do enchantment, then you might be interested in some extra light crossbows that I have with me.
Like crossbows.
You can, you can enchant some of them and resell them back.
That is true. I am running low on weapons, and I was going to ask my assistant to go and gather some. If you're willing to expend some of your crossbows, I'm willing to reduce the price of them.
Okay, and what about also an extra scimitar that I have with me? It's a
I'll take
finesse
that too.
weapon, so many people can actually use it.
Yeah, I'll take that too. How many are you putting down?
Okay, then I have a scimitar, and I wanna put down 3 of the 5 crossbow. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. When I took a da 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Voy a 3 de los 6.
Tres de los
Y el scimitar.
So, tres crossbows?
3 light crossbow. Since I only have 1 heavy crossbow, I wanna keep it for a higher market opportunity, a higher sell opportunity.
Alright, you're the mission. You decide what to do with that. So, 3 light and 1 scimitar, correct?
Correct.
Alright. The price of it. That's what I'm looking for. The scimitar itself. Where's it? But it doesn't tell me. Here, at least. Oh, there we go. The weapons are in good condition. He will attempt to buy them at half price. So
That would be 50 gold. Oh shit, I removed something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what I removed from my inventory. Can I undo that?
I think you should be able to.
How?
Not. Oh.
That sucks. Okay. Ctrl Z. It's not working. Okay. Anyway, those 3 crossbows on the scimitar is a total of 150% of that is 50 golds. What he offers me it's 100 golds, which means still short for 50 golds. I would like to negotiate if I can have it on 80 golds. We have a deal.
90.
I don't get to roll for that.
No, I'm gonna allow you to do the passive, but he says 90. I can go
You know
for
what?
90.
You know what? Your tool is really powerful. So yeah, I'll do it. 90 gold piece
Perfect.
total. So
He
tengo que
pushes
remover los tres crossbows.
los 90 gold pieces from.
Remove the 3 cross.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna remove the crossbows.
Yeah, I'll remove the money then.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this the easy way. Like I'm gonna add the 50 and then subtract the 90s.
No, I already subtracted the 90 gold.
Then I need to refresh my page because
No, because the idea, Mito, is that I reduced the amount that you would be charging. So I don't need to take the 50 because you're not selling it for 50. Actually sold it to you. You sold it to him a bit higher, prácticamente, because I'm reducing the amount you need to pay. As in, like, credit, entre comillas.
okay, that's not exactly what I was going for, but that's even better. How does the meme says? Fui por cobre y encontré oro.
Yeah, prácticamente. So he reduced the price from 150 to 90 gold pieces, so you only need to pay 90, and he takes the crossbows as credit, por decirlo así, and the weapons. So he gets your 4 weapons, you get your braces, and you only need to pay 90. So with that, you successfully do your exchange. He receives the 90 gold and the weapons. Wait, what?
Now you confuse me. Like if I sold the weapons for 90 golds, shouldn't I be?
No. You bought the braces for 90 gold. You reduced it from 150 to 90 because of the trade.
Oh, I thought they were 100 total.
No.
The original price.
No. The original price is 150, not 100 gold. 150. So he reduced that by a lot more.
Well, that sucks. That's a lot of gold I wasn't willing to spend.
You spent 90.
Yeah, but then again, if my character dies, it was all for nothing.
Yeah, but well, you'll have a +1 to every armor class now. And
what do you mean by
needs to share
every
his
armor
gold.
class?
Because it's a magical item that increases your AC total all the time as long as you wear it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say, I refreshed my money and I see I have -90.
Yep.
Can you tell a joke so it doesn't look so sad?
Well, you have spent your money, but now you are better protected.
Say, I do love your merchandise. But can you? How exactly can you sell this in the open? Like, I wanna play dumb. Like, how exactly can you sell this in the open without getting into any problems with any robbers?
Oh, I'm not selling at the open. I have my own means of protection, you know. A magical wizard needs to keep its things in order at all times. So I have my ways. I can't really give you the ins and outs of everything, because I don't know if you're trying to steal from me.
Oh, you do have a point. Like, I am a traveling merchant. That's how I managed to have enough articles for sale.
Yes.
I'm interested in expanding on medicine, so you don't have to fear me about be a competition or anything. We're not even gonna sell the same market.
Oh, that's good to know.
But I was wondering, because these are actually amazing stuff, and as a fellow merchant, I'm actually interested in how you keep everything safe, and also, what do I need to do to open a store nearby?
Oh, if you're looking to open a store, you need to find the Immersion Guild. They're a very, I would say, greedy bunch, but everybody here works for money at some point. I work for the craft, you see. I am in this business because it fuels my research, and Wutas takes everything with the king. So I need to find alternate means of gaining money. But other than that, the Immersion Guild can be found near the royal docks, really. It's a big double building.
You said something that caught my attention. You do this business because it fuels your research.
Yes.
I would like to inquire about your research for the simple fact that, like I said, I'm a traveling merchant. I live up to trade.
Well,
Since I like the trinket so much, I would like to know more about your research as a potential business partner.
well. He pauses for a second, almost too long, as he starts to think. It's like, sorry if I'm not quiet. I'm trying to find the correct words to explain what I'm trying to do. As my mind
He turns me
wanders
down
off.
on a flat no.
No, he's trying to recollect his thoughts because his mind has a lot of stuff. He's like, okay, my research, though many, usually tends to be on extraplanar beings and methods of moving around. So I'm trying to find quicker ways of moving about. The king has no interest in my research, and that's why Wutas is this high arcane mage. But I digress. My assistant and I have been working on this for years. We are close, but we still need components. We still need my research notes.
That's actually really interesting. I don't
Yes.
just know someone from another plane. I don't just know another artificer. But if you're telling me you're creating faster means for transportation, as a traveling merchant, you have my attention.
I see. So we have a shared interest.
Mhm.
Here's my proposal.
Mhm. Tell
Yeah,
me
deal.
more of these components you might need, sir.
Well, these components are required by large quantities, as you can see. I still need more time as well, but I can take care of that myself, passively. The components I need are elemental in nature. So, elemental essence, like a fire spirit's ash or water spirit's crystals or some of that like, to be able to maintain a portal long enough to transfer things from in between one location to another. I've been able to open these portals with these components for a short time. And with more of these components, I would be able to sustain them long enough to create a permanent portal location of sorts. But, as you can see, elementals are hard to find in this region.
Well, lucky for you, I'm a traveling merchant.
Yes,
I
you've said-
might be on the lookout for these elementals. Estoy
Yes, of
buscando my parchments que no los tengo en esta lista.
Mhm.
But pretend like I took notes.
Okay. You take note
Just-
that looking for elemental essences, which is what he's asking for. Elemental essences of fire, water, earth, or air, because air elementals count. With those essences, he could be able to fuel his research a lot faster. And if you're able to supply his demand, you'll be able to partake in this research as well.
I wanna treat it like a quest.
Yeah, it's practically a side quest for you.
Inventory, attune. How do I add that?
To what?
I wanna add an item called Elemental Essence Quest.
Add it to your notes. If you can, I think.
My
Yeah, to your
Okay.
notes.
Okay.
add like a quest
Enemies,
to
backstory,
find
other.
elemental
I'm gonna
essence.
add it to others. Elemental essences. List. Mhm. Okay. I took note of that. As I thanked him for his interest in business, and I give him my word that I'm gonna look into it. I ask again for the Merchant Guild.
Ah, yes, the Immersion Guild, and he opens. I'm gonna open the map for you. The Immersion Guild is located near the harbor, the Royal Docks, as they receive shipment, and they also manage the shipment that comes in and out through the waterways. So, the base of operations, if you were to call that, is over here, as he points to the general direction. And you see two large buildings overarching the docks as the location of the inn itself, the Merchant Guild.
Ok, removí los 3 crossbows.
Yeah.
Le agradezco y voy a tener que regatear bien duro para conseguir la otra armadura. Porque lo que tengo es 33 de 50. Déjame hacer el cálculo. Tengo 100 monedas de cobre, que eso se traduce a 10 monedas de plata, pero eso se traduce a una moneda de oro. O sea, cuando cambie todo mi cobre en oro, lo que tengo es una moneda más.
Practicando.
Which sucks balls.
I've added your braces of protection to your D&D character sheet.
Okay, let me reload the whole thing. Para que me
You have a
aparezca
+1
el
to
amor.
your AC and +1 on your saves as well. It increases your ace,
Sexy.
your saving throws. So,
Nada más que por los saving throws nada más que valió la pena. Porque el
Yeah, I
AC es uno nada más.
yeah, you can attempt to
O sea,
increase your AC later.
the saving throws on top of the AC, mala mía.
CC.
Estoy viendo lo que tengo. Equipment.
Yep. So, that being said, you have your braces as you put them on, as you're walking, and you like tie your last strap. You feel like a small warmth, as if the braces hug your arms, and you feel a bit of protection. You feel like you're wearing a slight aura of wind around you, kind of protecting you from any dangers coming your way.
Okay.
And so, you walk towards the Merchant Guild. On your way there,
Actually, I wanted to go back to the blacksmith to see if I can sell. Wait, I have to.
Okay, you want to
I have
haggle.
to eliminate the scimitar.
Okay.
And let him remove the scimitar and to offer a trade of the 3 crossbow for the armor.
Okay. You walk up to the leather worker, and Husk sees you again. It's like, so soon.
Yeah, you were right. What I got was actually wonderful. Unfortunately, it was a bit steep.
Well, I kind of told you. You know, it's going to be
Yeah,
expensive.
you didn't tell me, but it was worth it. The thing is,
it's good to hear.
It changed my situation. I still want that armor.
Well, the armor's still going to cost you 45.
I was wondering if you would like to have a trade instead of me buying it.
A trade?
I
Wow.
have this. I would like to offer these 3 crossbows
Crossbows.
for the arm, Mhm. Light crossbows.
Alrighty. Let me check what's the business price here. Yes.
If we take them on 50%, that would be like 12.
37.50. So 37 gold pieces, 5 silver. That's what I could buy it for, and we could reduce that from your 45. And let me get my calculator, which is a la bolita.
Okay, el costo en gold pieces me dice que son 25 y la mitad de eso serían 12.50, 12.5.
Yeah.
So sería
Entonces,
12, 25,
about it
30.
would run you down like 7 gold pieces and 5 copper, 5 silver. Sorry, 7 gold pieces and 5 silver if you want to take this steady letter. Puts it on the table, on the counter. There's no table there.
¿Qué dijiste?
It'll cost you
on
7
top of
gold
you.
pieces and 5 silver in order to buy the armor by trading.
You know what? I think I want to make a counter offer because I remember something. How about one of the 3 light crossbow? I would want to take one away and offer you instead this heavy crossbow.
Heavy crossbow.
Yes, I remember as a traveling merchant, I should have something to arm my employees in case of thieves. And my
Nice.
employee cannot handle a heavy crossbow.
Poor kid. I couldn't handle one either. So okay. Alright, so. So en vez de 75, it's 50, so now he owes you 5. Like, well, if we do that, then you get 5 gold.
Sounds great.
Alrighty then.
It's an honor.
Yeah, you put the crossbows on the counter. He gives you. He puts the 5 gold on top of the leather armor. Picks up the crossbows as best he can because he's using big as best he can and carries it onto the back, and you can pick up your armor and leave. Gonna add the studded leather.
I removed the whole the things. So feel free to add the armor. I'm gonna I want to make a little bit inventory right now. Like, okay, I have a light crossbow and how many bolts? So I have a fire projectile attack. I don't need crossbows anymore, so I can actually handle all of my crossbow to my employee.
Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I still have I have a crossbow equipment with me. So
yes, you have. You have an additional crossbow with you.
I just noticed that I have crossbow bolts, but it seems like you didn't put the amount, so it appears like I only have one.
Where is the crossbow bolt?
Quantity. I'm like, well, oh shit! I'm running out of bolts.
Let's say you have like 8 bolts. It's just you've used your crossbow.
I think you're gonna end up making a character sheet just for Devin.
Just for what?
That I think you will end up making a character sheet just for Devin. Let me tell you, he's my backup character. Like, I will carry on the legacy of Mito X, for he took me when I was nothing but a rogue and gave me a career. I refuse to let his kindness go in vain.
Well, one thing's for sure, you're using a lot more the equipment tab than the other players. So, so as as you sell your items, you have your studded leather, but you can't really change in the middle of the street because it's indecent exposure. So you
And
can
the
equip
world
it later.
are ready to see my sexy body.
Yeah, you can equip
know,
it later, or when you're like in a privacy of a room, you can change. So
I would like to corroborate the information of the Merchant Guild. Not because I don't believe the first guy, because as an experienced merchant, like I would like to double check my info. So I wanna
okay,
ask
Husk,
the blacksmith about the Merchant Guild location.
the leather worker. You want to ask Husk?
Yeah, I wanna ask Husk to double check the information about the Merchant
Alright.
Guild's location.
Husk returns like to the front of the shop. Like, all right, is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, by any chance, can you please point me to the location of the Merchant Guild?
Oh, it's right down the docks. You see that big building with two like housing things? Yeah, that's where the Immersion Guild is. It's on the second floor. You'll meet with the leader there. Tell them that you're looking to open a shop or sell some items. They'll ask you an inquiry, and from there, they'll give you all the things you need in order to be eligible to be in the guild.
Okay. Pregunta, metagaming aquí.
Mm-hmm.
La información es la misma, pues no me acuerdo la descripción de la primera descripción.
Yeah, es la misma. It's he's pointed to the same direction, which is over here.
Okay. Well, thank you, good sir, and I wish you good fortune.
And of course. Have a good day, sir.
And I proceed to go to the guild with my groceries.
With your what?
Pues que voy para el guild con mi compra.
Con tu compra.
Y yo no pasé a dejar las cosas. So.
Yeah. So you walk towards the guild. You put the things in the bag. You walk towards the guild and you see that there's some shipment being taken, like they're being pulled through mules and like men like carrying boxes on their backs and in front of them. Big packages with a lot of weight to them, crated completely, being stored into one of these houses, and others being like shipped out and distributed to certain locations. As you can see, ferrymen and the workers are just moving around. You see that there are a couple of ships that are docked. But other than that, it seems like a normal day on a port. You head to the building and there is two doors. There's two doors. One where you see people coming in and out of, moving crates and moving items. The other one where you see that inside is a lot more calmer, in a sense. There are still people inside, but not much of foot traffic in and out as the other one.
Mito X, as he is amazed by how busy and how populated that place is, he proceeds to go to the first counter to ask for information.
Alright. You walk up to the right side. Inside you see a group of tables surrounding what would be a statue of a humanoid creature with just a pot of gold in one hand and a crown of jewels in the other, like basking in a light above its position. Around it's just multiple tables of people signing papers, talking documents. You hear one of them in the back screaming or pleading for some sort of justice. You walk in, and to your immediate right, there is somebody who calls your attention. It's a young human girl wearing very regal attire. She's like, Hello, sir. How can I help you? Are you looking for an inquiry?
Repite esa última línea.
Are you looking for an inquiry?
Is that what you call it? Then I guess. I want more like to educate myself on the process of opening a shop in town.
Okay, yes. We are the Immersion Guild of this region, sponsored by Dorian himself. So we have a lot of things that keep ourselves busy in this area. So if you follow me, I will help you get your things. And so you follow her around, and I'm not going to explain everything she does. But you follow her around for a good solid 5 to 10 minutes, as she starts to explain eccentricities to how the system works. Like you need to sign some papers, document your transactions, tell us what you're selling, like signed and everything. How many employees you plan on having, how many hours would you be working, the upkeep depending on the type of building, that structure that you will be maintaining, as you would be commissioning this structure to the upkeep or to wherever you're locating your object. So I was writing that, but I got busy DMing. So como que if you were to like open a tent, the upkeep is like 10 gold pieces per month. A 1-floor store is like 40 gold pieces a month. A bigger building is 80 or 90, and it keeps going upwards the bigger it is. And so she explains all of this to you as quickly as possible, and just fills your head with a lot of information and papers you need to sign in order to do all this stuff. That when she finishes, she looks at you and she's like, "Did you understand? You get everything?"
Just to make sure I'm not missing on everything, would you kindly repeat all of it?
Of course, sir. That's why we're here. And she explains slowly. She explains that every shop that is opened under the kingdom, under the Dorian rule, is obligated to pay an upkeep. Depending on the shop's size, you pay an upkeep price in order to maintain the location, keep the business, and it's also a way for them to tell if a business is fraudulent or not. It's an upkeep fee to begin with. Upkeep is the same thing. You have to pay for it in order to maintain it. And it's a way for them to make sure that you're paying your fee to be in the guild, and to practically, exemplify things. She explains that the upkeep is used to mitigate damages. So if a merchant's items get stolen, some of the upkeep is used to recuperate said items or re-establish the shop if it was destroyed in an event of any disaster or robbery. So it's more of ¿cómo se dice? I forgot. It's more like an insurance. It's more like an insurance for the guild itself. Yeah, it's for insurance.
It works like
for the
a government. Like it charges a fee for maintenance. Of course, they take a cut to pay for the workforce.
Yeah, the workforce is to be managed by you, but the final upkeep needs to be paid in order to have like the fee of it. So como que be able to maintain the business running and everything.
Well, to have a 2-store building, how much was it?
A 2-story building is 80. It's about 80 to 70 gold pieces depending on the location.
Well, thank you for the information. I'm working on a business, and once I'm ready to start, I'll be coming back.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, we'll see you soon.
I'm gonna add a note.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Organizations. Merchant Guild. Cool. Store building. Equals. Wait. Equals 80 GP X month.
Mm-hmm.
Entre paréntesis, not open, not charging. No, like
Plus
it's like the
employee.
point is it's a note. Is that it's not that I'm paying 80 gold piece, but it's a note.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's what you would be paying in order to maintain the buildings under protection and everything. So your business would, if you have a two-story business, like a two-story building, you should be able to like maintain it passively.
Mhm.
Like if we were to count it like an actual game, if we were playing a manager game, that would be. We'd have to keep track of that. So it's like $10 for a tent, $25 for a storefront, $55 for a whole building or a small house with enough room, and then the two-story building is $80.
You know, I think the small house would do because what I want is a
Yeah, the
place for
second story,
storage.
so you have a laboratory to be able to do that.
Ah,
You could
well,
upgrade later or like change your location if that were the case, like everything. But you have the information, and that was your inquiry, which is what she asked. Inquiry is when you're asking for information.
250 GP. Okay, I'm taking note of the farm restoration is 250 GP.
Yes. You're gonna need to make an Excel sheet out of this shit. Que lo mismo que estaba haciendo Leland, but he's not playing now.
No,
Él me tenía haciendo un sheet de todas las cosas que él quería hacer because he was also doing a business. So,
the thing is, where the artificer player.
Yep.
If he doesn't come back, I'm gonna make him my business partner and my input for the medicine laboratory.
Yeah. Practicamente. That's exactly what's gonna happen because he's an NPC now.
Yeah, weapon of destruction manufacturer. Hey, you went missing. You became an NPC.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, you've been promoted to employee. Okay. You've been promoted to.
You're the head manager of the laboratory.
Head manager. The hedge fund manager.
Estamos explorando la ciudad. ¿Qué tú quieres hacer con tu personaje? Reception. Pues vente para acá. Terminé pues, con eso termino. Me iría al inn a darme un buen baño, cambiarme de ropa, actualizar mi armadura y prestarle atención a mi mamá que por poco se muere. Y me gustaría cuando se sienta mejor presentarle al artífice para que se conozcan. Y al artífice de nosotros también para que se conozcan los dos.
I need weapon.
I need weapon. You need weapon of destruction.
I need weapon.
He needs weapon.
Oh,
Angel.
correct.
I need weapon.
I heard it the first time.
Well, Cora, Angel, if you don't mind, like to let Cora roleplay for a little while.
I don't mind.
So Cora, wait for starter. Where do Cora starts? Weeks later than us.
In the
days
tavern.
Later after. Okay, you're in. Go ahead, you two. Go ahead, go at it. You're in the tavern of the. Wait. Let me get your character info. No, collection, character. Oh no, si te molesta puedes poner todo eso. Ah, es que el respiradero está por acá, yo creo. Maybe just squash it a little. Ok, aquí tenemos la página de Coral. So, mira, tú tienes un flail extra. En caso de que necesites capital.
Just 92 gold.
I didn't know. Pero total, lo que yo compré costaba 150. So. Estás en la taberna. ¿Qué deseas hacer?
¿Con los demás?
No,
¿Solo?
uno fue a aceptar la misión y colectar el dinero, y yo me fui a investigar sobre el mercado.
I would like to investigate the surrounding.
Well, you are in a tavern. If your inquiry to investigate is the tavern itself or the outside of what's happening, you have to be a bit more specific. What?
Everything?
If you investigate everything, you practically get nothing. If you're investigating, you have to either roll perception to see if you find something of interest. Because investigation, you need to have something in front of you.
But not like outside of the tavern.
You leave the tavern.
Wanna have an ale, get drunk, and start singing?
I said
It's
outside.
downtime. You could do whatever, really. We're not really fighting. We're not really doing any quests right now. You're just in downtime. So you're like preparing for the next adventure, if there is one.
For example, you can go and update your equipment. You can look information about whatever you were supposed to do.
Hey, por eso.
She wants to look information for what she... Wait. What do you want to do?
Like, quería investigar si había algo pasando o si escuchaba algo.
Okay, so that's looking for rumors or anything. Okay, roll me a perception check for me, please.
You know what? ¿Dónde está perception? Here's perception. You click it. No, go get back here. You click it. You click it. ¿Tienes el mouse aquí también? Lo tenías encima del piso. Dice izquierda, arriba. Ahí, el numerito, aquí dice +3. Ahí mismo. Click it. ¡Yay!
17.
Casi hace Byakugan.
Yeah, wait. Alright, so you listen around your particular area. You start to pay attention to your surroundings and everybody's conversations almost like a microsecond to see if anybody mentions anything interesting. You pick up on some rumors here and there. You hear that shipments will be stopped soon, as sailors are grunting about having the bay closed for tomorrow because of a certain royal coming in or some shit. The other says, "Don't worry, we'll have the festival. Let's go eat and drink and have a blasted time. You know, with the wives and everything." It's like, I don't want to see that old hag as they muck about each other. You hear a little girl being excited about this noble coming from a distant land, who apparently was a hero in some old war. It's like very excited, holding like a miniature of this character. The mom listening to the kid but not really paying attention. It's like, yes, sweetie, yes. The hero of the Lord is coming. Okay? Be excited. And she continues talking to her mom friend and whatever, and the kid looks around, keeps playing with the hero, being kid. from the little information you can recollect, what you get is that tomorrow is going to be a very peculiar day because a hero, a celebrity, is coming to the area, and you look around and you see that people are preparing for some sort of festival, some sort of event that is going to be occurring tomorrow. And so you see guards being prepared at the gate, a lot lesser than before you guys dealt with the cliff, but other than that, you can still see some guard presence. They're trying to be very vigilant. Nobody causes any troubles. Now the major threat has been dealt with. The guard's anxiety and presence has lessened for a bit. You can try to investigate which royal is coming. You can only get snippets. You can understand someone really important is coming, but you didn't really get the name of this person.
What would Meme do?
But he's coming tomorrow.
Yes.
I mean, I guess for now, I don't know. Wait for the festival, or either wait for the festival or wait to or keep listening to see if I get the name.
Alright, then roll me investigation this time.
You click it.
Ooh.
You can click it here too. Yes,
18.
Meme Holmes.
How much was it? 19?
18.
15?
18.
18.
Per
18.
investigation
Yeah,
check,
I
18.
heard. I'm a dumbass.
No, yo por poco tengo perception check 20, que es que está aquí arriba.
Ah, bueno.
Mala mía.
So you hear, as you're listening, they start telling like short tales of this character. They say he is a renowned character who became friends with the king and was one of the reasons they were able to defeat the threat that they faced years ago. Him and I are best friends, or that's what they say. And his name was Draxus. Draxus, Stormbreaker. Yeah. Another thing that you see as you like look at the figure from the little kid. The figure's a drow. And you think yourself, that can't be right. Because in your recollection, drow tend to be evil. Who is this Draxus Stormbreaker, and why is he such renowned here? As your history, Elvish history says otherwise, they tend to be evil. They don't tend to be revered by good races, entre comillas. So either he is an anomaly in the system, for you at least. This is your first interaction with an actual drow, or hearing of a drow doing something good. And it catches you kind of off guard.
The person that I'm looking for?
I don't know the story of your character.
It kind of does, but at the same time you feel conflicted. Because you feel like you need to find somebody in this realm, but at the same time you don't know who it is. So maybe he might not be the person, but you feel drawn to figure out who this person is, and maybe his connection could lead you to the one you're looking for.
Okay. And I guess so. Got the information. I wonder if it's tomorrow. Then he should already be here, preparing for it.
Maybe. The celebration is tomorrow. You don't know if he's arrives later today, like in the night, or if he's already here and just decided not to announce himself. You don't really know. The information you have is from common folk. Civilians who don't really... They're not really good at paying attention. So, your information's kind of limited. If you'd like to look for this character or look more information about him, you would have to attempt to find any royal investigator, maybe a guard, or somebody who can give you the information you may be looking for, or someone who is willing to divulge that information at least.
I keep rolling.
You keep what?
Rolling.
Rolling what?
I mean, like, whatever Angel said I needed to do to get more information.
And what was that?
To see if he's like...
No, what was the thing you have to roll?
No, I think...
I didn't ask her to roll anything.
Yeah.
I told her that if she wants to look for that information, she would need to tell me who she's looking for. Because she would need to find somebody who knows something. Someone who's willing to divulge that information, maybe. So...
Yeah, as far as I know, from day one, she didn't knew.
No, like, So, es que no sé si... I was wondering if I roll something and like maybe I bumped into the person in the Dark Souls, or if I roll to see somebody else.
The guy is supposed to come here tomorrow, so as far as you know, he's not even here. Maybe if you're
somebody who's willing to divulge information.
That's gonna be complicated.
Yeah, me too. Why do you... disadvantage. I didn't know you. You have disadvantage in stealth because of heavy armor now, remember?
Yep.
You're a walking tank. Speaking of which, you can also check the market to update your equipment.
If she could try, at least. But heavy armor is expensive if she wants to upgrade that.
Yeah, but she also have, like, she could update her weapon, she could update her shield.
She could try, at least. She already has a flail +1, which is a magic item, entre comillas. And, the shield, she could try and get a better one, maybe. That is completely up to her.
You can also go to check if there's a local library to learn more about the city.
That would be good. And I was actually already thinking, I was just thinking that maybe look the perception of history because he said that the
Draxus is a hero from this realm. So you could investigate in the library.
Sino sobre la criatura, because he's another creature.
He's a drow,
and
dark elf.
And the drow are supposed to be evil, according to
last you heard,
the history of mine.
Last you heard,
but I
yes.
wanted to see the site from here.
Okay. You can go to the library easily enough. It's a public library. It's accessible to most people. So as you head to the library, you walk through the front doors, double doors, as they're open to the public. Inside there is a reception area, and there's this wriggly lady wearing just a cloak covering most of her clothing below. As she's reading a book with some glasses, as she's fidgeting a bit with her hands, she's reading a book and moves up to the next page.
Okay.
As you walk up close, she like notices the shadow that you cast over her. You're like, oh, hello, dearie. Are you looking for something today?
Yes.
Well, what is it?
I'm looking for Draw History.
Drow? Well, that is very peculiar history books. But I can...
Wait, give us a moment here.
That is very peculiar history.
Huh.
Bam, bam, bam,
Draw History.
Yes.
No, you wrote it.
Draw History.
Yes.
And
Oh,
he's saying like what I was looking for. That's the topic that I'm looking for.
Oh, I entendí.
Oh, okay.
Roll, not roll.
no. She said drow. Drow's a race. Oh, well, it's very peculiar. So you to ask about drow, you being... As we can see, you look elvish, but something fey. Maybe, but... Oh dears, I can't really see well. She closes the book and puts it on the counter and slowly gets up her chair and starts to gingerly walk around. She's like, come, child, come. I will take you to the drow section of the library. And she like skittles around as you like slowly walk behind her. She takes you to a corner of the room where there are certain books. There are not that many drow books to begin with. If there's a collection, it's just one tabloid. As you'll see, it's a whole bookshelf of drow, whilst other races tend to have like their architecture, their art, and everything is segmented, whilst the drow is only like one section. Because everything of drow, if anybody were able to recover, is those people who made it from the Underdark, or drow who were willing to share their history. So there's not that much. So she said, these are the books. You can read them at your leisure. Are you looking for anything in particular, dearie?
Because I would say about Draxus, but then it's like it's already known that he is this hero of this kind.
But if you wanna read the tales yourself, you could ask.
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, so you ask her to like point you to the book where Draxus is mentioned, where his tales and adventures are mentioned. It's like, oh, you want to learn about Draxus? Why did you say so, dearie? She turns around to the bookshelf and brings out a book which details the story of Draxus, written by a bard who was with him as a companion and decided to write down his story and tales from Draxus himself. And he picks up the book. It's like, here you go, dearie. She hands you the book. It's a black leather cover with a storm cloud surrounding what would be like a humanoid controlling the storm itself, with the hair flown and everything. It says, The Story of a Stormbreaker is the title of the book. And she's like, I'll leave you to your studies. And she like leaves the area, leaving you with the book. You have a table, you can sit down and read, you have a chair, you can read for it. So if you want to like browse through the book, you can roll investigation, see what you can learn from it.
Yes.
See if you learn anything deeper than the book actually gives you.
Yes. Investigation.
Yes, investigation. And after that, we do one little short bit.
6.
6 total.
Yeah.
Aw.
Can she, as a character, can she just spend more hours on the library and get another?
Yeah, she
check?
could spend a lot more time on the library and like do the passive read of intelligence, which should be like 12, which is a lot higher. But on your first draft, like looking like quickly to see if you find anything interesting about the book, what you learn by trying to read the book really quickly, Draxus was born in the Underdark under the rule of a very demanding queen. His family decided to escape that tyranny and fled to the surface world. In the surface, they had their own prejudice as they were drow, but they found solace in a traveling band of adventurers where they were able to find refuge. He was able to grow up to be an adolescent before his father was killed due to discrimination, and his mother had to be kept elsewhere. He became a sellsword in order to pay for her survival, so she doesn't have to face the people outside. After becoming a sellsword, he began taking on more and more dangerous adventures until a point where he learned that he had the ability to use magic. And after that, he was scouted by a prince, a young Prince Dorian, and his party scouted him and promised him to keep his family safe from any would-be dangers, as long as, you help us. He accepts, his mother moves to the Dorian kingdom, and he became an adventurer with them. They battled many beasts. They stopped an imminent threat from actually happening. And that's as much as you get from him. You gloss over a lot of information as you quick read through it to see what the title, the first sentence of this title, that kind of thing. You glossed over a book trying to get all the juicy bits without actually reading the whole thing. And you get a sense that it's like his whole life story from beginning to end to that point. Volume 1, por decirlo así. Written by this bard called Bernard the Bagpiper or some shit like that. So Greg's reaction. What am I?
I'm picturing all this in my head like this is some sort of audiobook, and
You are.
Retard the player. I don't know. And the words those words came out in my head, and I just laughed. The
Bernard
bagpiper. I don't know.
Yeah, Bernard the Bagpiper. That is the man who wrote the book, and others that you could find in the library if you're.
Oh man, I want to learn
looking
about the name.
So as you gloss over the book, you stop yourself as you kind of lost track of what you were reading, and that's what you get quickly. All that information. It's a character who was a sellsword becoming an adventurer after finding magic. The prince taking interest in the character, adding him to the party to face this evil that they were fighting at the time. He became a hero because of his feats of courage, being with the party and everything. But other than that, you need to read steadily to understand everything, because there are some eccentricities. Bernard isn't the best writer, and whoever tried to fix his writing kind of failed at some point. So you're kind of wait, but why was he jumping from here? What? And so kind of mixed bag. It's not the best book in the series either, you know, it's that kind of thing.
Oh.
Greg's reaction. Greg dies. Greg dies in the
What
background.
fucking failure!
Yeah, but that's what you get from that book. I don't know if you're enjoying this as much as Greg and I am, but yeah.
How many proofreads does it take for you to get published a published book?
2, I guess, or 3. Like the first draft, then the rewrite, then the proofread, and then the second proofread. But even then,
God damn, this dude!
whoever was proofreading
God.
this book didn't do justice.
Bruh, who do you got as a bard to tell a tale? Dandelion? Fucking hell!
Yeah, that's most of what you get. You understand? Okay.
Okay. I can read another book.
You can continue to read this book, or look for another if you wish.
Look for another.
Okay. You look for another book, based around drow societies. You read the book over. I'm gonna do the passive this time. You read the book over, and you get a sense that drow societies are matriarchal, usually controlled and follow the will of their goddess of mischief and deceit, Lolth. As the society itself follows Lolth and treachery, most queens and most captains tend to be female. So most of the leaders tend to be female gender, and the males tend to be either concubines, in this sense, or just normal soldiers that they use as foot soldiers more than anything. The society itself is underdarked. Most nations can't deal with them unless it's combat, because they are that hostile to outside races. And even between their race, there is infighting, because houses fight each other over power, over the favor of Lolth even. So they betray each other to gain favor with their goddess. And so because of their own infighting and because of their constant fighting with the surface world, sometimes the houses can't really gather enough soldiers to actually overtake anything. And if they do, it's a rare chance where a queen has gathered multiple houses under her power and was able to lead an invasion to the surface world, or another underdark nation, which isn't the only one. As you keep reading the book, it mentions Duragar and Iliads and some other sort of creatures that live down there. It doesn't go into full detail, but it mentions them from time to time as they combat their own territories over control of them.
Okay. Okay. I think I leave.
You leave? Alright, so you put the book down and you go to leave, and it's been, let's say, like 30 minutes or like 40 minutes as you read 2 books. And as you're leaving, the old lady looks up. She's like, "You're leaving so soon? Did you learn what you were looking for?"
Yes.
That is great. Knowledge is power, remember, dearie. If you need to learn more, the library is always open to visitors. She shakes her hand away like...
Thank you.
You leave the library with the information you have collected. You can head back to the tavern, or you can attempt to do anything else, really. If you wish, or you could end it here, and by the next session we'd be playing the other day. So whatever you don't do now would have to be done by the next session, which would be continuation of the downtime, practically.
Yeah. So I guess I can go around a bit more on the neighborhood as the people are preparing.
Okay. You walk around the middle of the settlement. You see them putting up some stands on certain locations. You see them putting up banners. You see them putting up some games, and some of them like testing with them out to see if it's not broken. Some lights, some feathers, some stuff. It seems like they're preparing for a festival of some sort, where there's going to be some games to be played, some prizes to be won. As you can see, some of them, like as they're moving, like one of the boxes trips and a toy falls off. It's like, put that toy back, and he puts it back and keeps walking. So, you get a sense that tomorrow's going to be a festival. You can participate.
¿Escuchaste?
Oye,
Why? Why?
wondering, is there anything else?
Not really to call your attention. Unless you're looking for something peculiar, there isn't really that calls out to you at the moment. All you see is like the busyness of people setting up like their decorations and like certain little lights fixtures or trinkets that light up with a bit of magical essence here and there. But nothing really strikes your attention. Not at the moment. So you can give the turn to somebody else to see if anybody else wants to do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Greg can take over because he wants to buy something before we end the session and call it like a night. So everybody can like go to bed, and then tomorrow's festival day.
Why did I leave? Because I could have. I can't. Because I figured, like. So, like, she is. So, the goddess is kind of a tyrant,
The goddess.
I guess.
Okay.
But then it's like, who is she? What is her origin
Lolf.
and why was she like that?
Lolf?
Yeah.
Lolf is a goddess of...
or-
Lolf was part of the elven gods from... I forget the name of the pantheon. But she was part of the elven pantheon. And she's one of the betrayer gods that betrayed Corellon, the father of all elves. Forcing the elves to keep one form because of her betrayal. Because Lolf was able to convince most, if not all, the elves to partake only one form. Because elves in the birth of the world, elves were able to take any form they wished. They could be male, they could be female, they could be red, green, purple. Whatever they wanted, they could turn into whatever form they wanted. And that was because Corellon himself could do that. But because of Lolf's betrayal, Lolf convinced almost all of these elves to just adopt one form, one permanent form. And by doing that, it forced Coralon to only have one form as well. Coralon, in his anger, because he can no longer freely express himself, because it was a form of expression, he faced
I
Lolth.
wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, he faced Lolth and practically banished her from the realm. And all the elves who were allied to Lolth, which were the Drow, also received this punishment. So the Drow escaped to the Underdark to avoid the wrath of Coralon and his elves. Most of the elves were repentant because they didn't know what they did was going to affect their father, in essence. And so they asked Coralon for forgiveness. And he angrily relented and allowed them to be part of his family. So all the elves can worship Coralon except the Drow. One of the features that the elves, besides the Drow, have is that when they are younger than 100, they can have dreams about their time with Coralon. You yourself fall under this category since you're one of the elves who didn't, betray Coralon. You're one of the descendants who didn't. So you're an Elandrian. You can shift. You have the ability. You have a variation of that ability, and so you feel like your sister race was dealt a bad hand because of Lolth, and so every other elf has a resignation against the Drow because of this. Because Drow blindly follow Lolth; they only know Lolth. And those who learn more about Coralon and maybe their past, either they're not evil because not every Drow is evil, even though they're born from Lolth and her scheming. They can break from that. They have free will, like every humanoid race. So they tend to break. There are some that break off from that margin, but they tend to be really, really scarce compared to the race itself. Like if 2% of the race break off from that mantra, it's a lot. So it's really rare to see.
Is Love the one that what was his name?
Come on.
What was his name? Draxus.
Draxus Stormbreaker. From what you can remember, he never mentions any god.
He said that he was escaping the tyranny.
His family. His parents and him practically escaped the Underdark, running away from the queen of the house that they were under. Because the Wolf Society, the Drow Society is matriarchal, so queens are the ones in control. There are no kings in the Drow Empire. There are queens, and queens have control of certain houses, por decirlo así. So this family escaped the Underdark.
But Love is the one that
goddess.
He was escaping from the tyranny.
He was escaping from the civilization, not the goddess itself, because gods don't live in this realm. Gods live on an ethereal realm above the mortal realm. What they were escaping was the Underdark, which is what it says is under the earth. It's a connection of caverns, huge caverns where creatures live without sunlight.
Subterranean
caverns that just stretch through miles and miles of just darkness and stone and muck. And so the Drow, Druagar, Iliads live down there. They tend to be the majority race down there. And so the Drow, being the much more dominant race to be found down there, tend to be the ones constantly fighting each other. and fighting Druigar because they get into their territory, or fighting Iliads because they made a deal and it went sideways, like always. So he was his family was escaping to Drow society, as one of the queens was getting really sadistic with her methods, sacrificing families in order to gain ground, or something like that. You don't really know. All you know is that they're evil, and they were killing civilians just for the heck of it, for a plan that his family didn't care of. They wanted to keep their lives, compared to being afraid of getting sacrificed next. So they ran. They ran far away.
They couldn't get away.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Draxi's story, and that's most of what you recover from that book. Most of that is retold by the Bagpiper. So if you really want to get, the insider scoop, you will need to ask Draxius.
Oh,
I'll be back!
What happened?
Maldita sea the bagpiper.
The Bagpiper.
no, like
It's amazing
Another
you guys
being
find that name funny.
God bless his soul.
A hero.
He's the true hero that never got published. I want a side quest where I can help him get published.
Anyway, so that's what you know about Drow. That's all the story. Like, I explained to you, like, legit lore for... I gave you names and stuff like that, and gave you the societies and everything. I don't know if you paid attention or wrote it down, because you might forget this. It's very peculiar information in history. But that is practically what you should know about Drow, their societies, their kind of cultural living situation. They're considered an evil race for obvious reasons, because they kidnap people, force them into slavery. They kill with little to no regard, and they follow a goddess that is pure evil, with little to no redemption.
oh,
That's mostly what you need to know. But the book mentions that Draxius practically revoked any religious following. He follows his own code. And so, as you recollect your thoughts and you walk around and do all of that, we'll move to Gregory as he's drawing. You're muted. Push to talk.
But I'm listening. I'm pushing talk. My bad. But I'm listening thoroughly. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Right now you are...
Orgast won't be able to remember any of that jargon, but hey.
Yeah, I know. But Orgast and Varys are walking about. Varys remembers the Griffin and looks for Mito's assistant to try and find him. Davin, as he looks for him, he's like looking for the tavern, looks around, goes to the tavern in the pub and asks for Davin. And they're like, Davin, you mean that scrawny boy with the horses? Yeah, that one. Oh, he's in the stables. Said he had to take care of an egg or something. It was moving a lot more often. Moving? That's what he said. Ferris doesn't even let him finish the sentence. He just bolts running to
It's not an egg anymore. It's a moving pigeon.
He runs completely sprinting onto the stables, He's running, practically dashing at every turn as he reaches the stables. Devin, is it here? Did it hatch? And Davin's
I'm walking behind him like this with this expression.
Davin is inside, putting a lot of trying to add heat to the egg, and as Varys gets closer and closer, it's like, did it hatch? It's like, not really, but I think it's about to. It keeps moving and waggling in there. Oh my god! It's coming! Varys gets super excited. Orgas, as you're slowly
super
walking,
embarrassed.
you hear that, you're embarrassed as hell. The egg. You can hear the egg cracking. As a beak breaks through the top of the egg. As it starts to peck its way out of its shell. It breaks the egg completely, and like the infant falls forward out of the shell and like falls onto its hind legs, and it's like trying to reposition itself. It's newly born, and it's...
Is it a boy or girl?
You can't tell. It's not really covered in anything. You can see that it has a bit of feathers here and there, but they're all like white to yellowish, like really whitish tips. And the baby Griff is trying to steady itself as it's learning to walk for the first time, and Varys is like, as the
It would make an excellent chicken.
Shut it.
Just saying.
You are not
He's
eating
gonna hungry.
this-
You know, to
you
look.
are not eating the baby.
I mean, I've eaten humans, so I say this is, not as immoral. But I don't care for immoral. It's if your survival.
The baby Griffin practically stumbles upon himself, trying to walk around as it's trying to move. Its little stubby wings heavy on its back, trying to get on its hind legs, but still trying to learn. It takes about 10 to 5 minutes for it to stand on its four legs, but every time it takes a step, like his legs kind of buckle because it's still not accustomed to walking. And Varys is getting excited by every step it takes, like an excited father.
I just messaged Jumpy saying congratulations, you're a papa.
Did he respond though?
Yeah, he's responded. Yeah, he actually responded quicker than I thought he would.
Really?
He's like, context, please. He only wrote this context, please.
Hello.
Era, discúlpeme, like, the Griffin just birthed? Just hatched?
The Griffin hatched, yeah.
Oh my god, so we're gonna have our rogue, I forgot.
He just sends me heart stickers. Jumpy sends me heart stickers.
What was,
And he says, "Give me."
What is my formation? I forgot the
Formation.
like Barbarian no es la que yo soy.
Immersion.
You're
No,
a druid.
Druid. So we're going to have our rogue druid knight on a Griffin character, legendary hero. And our entire
Griffin.
campaign is just
Pobre Griffin.
how he came to be. We're gonna be like, this is the story of how I became the #1 hero.
Yeah, so the Griffin is born. It starts to wander around, looking for something, and Varys takes he enters the kennel and attempts to,
Wow, I guess Jappy's playing along with us. He's giving me instructions.
He is? What did he say? He enters?
Yeah.
Did he say that?
He says, I'm naming it, give me a sec, and then play it off as if I had a name all along. I'm protecting it with my life, even if I have to fight Orgas.
Yes.
Question.
Okay, so
I have a request.
he walks inside and
My
attempts
character.
to...
My character didn't want to get involved with Griffin, but as a druid with animal handling, I would like him to go all soft daddy on it, like, oh, he just hatched, Mother Nature is so beautiful.
Well, you can do that once you see it, but right now you don't know.
Can Varys roll animal handling?
He's gonna try.
To try to,
He's gonna try.
The coax. How bad is it? How bad is his wisdom? It can't be that bad. He's a monk, isn't he?
He has high enough wisdom. He's a monk, for crying out loud.
What else?
He's going to roll animal handling, which he has a +3 for. So.
Yes.
He walks towards the little Griffin, rolling a 16, and he attempts to try and get close to it. But before he does that, he puts his hand on his satchel and takes out what would be a piece of jerky or meat and offers it to the baby Griffin. The Griffin, the baby, sees Varys and sees that he's offering something, and he slowly walks up to it. Takes a sniff and then goes for a shump, missing completely. Tries another and then takes the bite. After this. A mí me estoy mirando.
Was that Liz?
Yeah, that's my sister.
Hi, people. I don't know.
Oh my god. No, okay, Liz. She looks even creepier with the pixelization of your camera. So I can barely see her face. She looks like a CCTV of a ghost caught on camera.
Does he look like a CCTV of a ghost?
Just like the worst quality.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see it? Did you see the ghost?
Cuando termine esto me bajo. Yo no sé cuánto tiempo van a estar ustedes, pero yo bajo ya
Pues
mismo.
tienes que hacer updates.
Pues
Yo
prende el
tuve
play
que
entonces.
uninstall mi Minecraft.
Ok, pues puedes prender el play y como que prenderlo allí or something, because otherwise the update's gonna take me forever. No? No, please. Anyway.
Jumpy has a name for the Griffin.
Okay. Did you send it through Discord?
No, he's sending it through me, obviously, because he's apparently working. He says he wants to call it Boreas? 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 B-O-R-E-A-S.
Boris. B-O-R-E-S.
It means...
Boris.
It's B-O-R-E-A-S, which means North Wind.
North Wind. Okay.
It's it's the Greek god of the personification of the North Wind.
Okay. That's very deep. And so he feeds them with the little piece of meat, and he says to the baby Griffin, "You mind if I call you Boris? Is that okay?
Oh.
Is that okay, little baby?"
Oh, stop it! It's cute. Stop it.
And
Okay.
the Griffin, like,
Jumpy
eats the
also
meat
has something
and,
to say.
looks like tilts its head like in confusion because he doesn't completely understand. And
Jumpy has something to say to the Griffin.
okay.
I'm gonna play it out loud to see if you can hear it.
I'm feeding him. I say, it's okay, my child. I will take care of you from now on. Boreas. Boreas.
Boreas. Okay. He says that. I will take care of you from now on, child. And
I have my headphones here. If not,
Okay, send me another voice message.
please.
he's stuck in there till 1. Well,
Yeah, I start there. Yeah.
well, he says that he's going to protect Boreas, as Boreas kinda doesn't really understand his words. He's a baby, newborn, is like looking at him all willy-nilly. But Varys spends the rest of his day with the Griffin, just tending to it, taking care of it, and just spends the whole day there, trying to call him by his name, trying to get him to get accustomed to that name. So he's going to spend the rest of his downtime with the baby Griffin. And I don't know what you're doing, Orgas, but you're seeing this display of Varys like playing with a little baby cub of a griffin, and Davin also looking on, like leaning on the fence, like looking at the baby, also paying attention.
I guess I could have some sort of personal flashback moment, I guess,
If you wish.
seeing a baby. Because, I didn't have anything for this character, and you're just trying your damnedest to try to actually make something competent for Orgast, which, by the way, I commend you for it.
Thank you.
I respect you as a DM for making something out of nothing, because Orgast is just there. But I guess it's my turn to actually give Orgast some sort of personality or fucking, character, because I barely gave him any.
It's all on
I neglected
you,
him.
man. It's your character, so it's on you to flesh him out.
Okay. I look at the baby, and I start to flash back to my younger days, where I was with my clan, and I would see my younger brother as a baby, walking around as a strong little cub for the clan, and I see my parents pick him up and pick me up as if they were a loving family. And that's when we hear the horn. Very deep, growling horn that echoes throughout the town, and my father leaves us. And I guess this is where I would just snap back, as I would hear the echo of the horn in my head.
Alright.
And I see Varys with Boris.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of get a little distracted, and I leave the room.
Alright. You leave the room, and Davin takes notice but says nothing. He just looks back at Varys as he tries to play with the baby Griffin, giving him food, making sure it's fine. Davin and Varys have a conversation between themselves, but you're too far away to hear it. As they're trying to set a schedule of who's paying attention to the baby whenever, because they have to keep the baby alive. So
Jumpy says, "Stop looking at Boreas, Orgast." And I put, "How the fuck did you know?"
Think what I'll say. Stop looking
And
at
Jumpy's
me.
like, he's like, I know that
Sensed
he sent me a fucking picture of him fucking at work.
I know.
Alright,
You look like a disappointed parent.
do it again!
Show the picture to the chat again.
No, hombre.
It's an echo report.
He looks like a disappointed parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn it.
So you leave the room and you head elsewhere. Are you heading to the tavern to try and crash in for the night? Or are you looking for armor? You can do that tomorrow as well.
Oh no, I'm an orc. Listen, I gravitate towards violence. Therefore, I shall look to where the violence is. And what does a violent person need? An instrument. And what instruments are there? Weapons.
Weapons.
I look for a weapon.
Alrighty.
A weapon shop.
Are you looking
I can
for...
see Eldath just look at me disappointedly like...
The child wants what it gets. So,
Exactly.
the question is, what weapon are you looking for? You're looking to...
I'm looking for another hand axe.
Protection, reduce some damage. Another hand axe.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I'm
easy
looking for
enough
another
to find.
hand axe.
That's easy enough to find and buy. Every hand axe you find sells for 5 gold pieces.
I'm rich, so I'll do it.
How many hand axes are you buying?
My main thing to do with the hand axes was actually to dual wield them.
Okay. So
That's what I was mainly going to do.
yeah, because
However,
of the feat.
if I do find something that stands out magically, then I'll probably gravitate towards that. Because right now, after that last battle, my war pick is not really going to do it.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll me an investigation as you peruse around different weapon shops on the southern side and northern, central side of the city. So as to see if you can identify a magical weapon.
Alright, let's see if I can. I mean, Orgas is as dumb as a fucking pile of bricks, but that's totally fine.
It's either investigation.
Maybe the homie can pull through with his what's his intelligence again? With his -1 intelligence. So let's try it out. That's an 11.
11.
Do I roll another one for both sounds for both marketplaces?
If you wish, yes. Like the first roll is for the common market, which is the lowest, the lower side. So the second roll would be for the high market.
Yes, that's a better one. 16.
16. Okay. You walk around the shops. On the lower side, you see some weapons here and there, but they don't have any magic to them. Like you spot a hand axe and like ask for the commission is 5 gold pieces per hand axe. Alright, that's fine. I'll keep walking around. So you head to the central district. Go to the central market where it seems to be a lot more heavier than the one below. And you quickly find certain weapon shops. There are some who are fleshings for ranged weapons, others specifically made out of metal. And there's one shop that catches your eye where the blacksmith itself is a dwarf, which is hacking away at an anvil, and there is another dwarf in front, and in front of him has like multiple weapons, and some of them have some runes inscribed to them, but they're in the back of the room.
I give a couple of whiffs of smelling,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess I walk into the establishment.
You walk in front of the tent. It's like
yes. The tent,
it's, a-
I suppose.
it's every store here is like a tent at least, and the dwarf takes notice of your huge presence. Oi! Will you go in here? Looking for some armament?
I'm looking to deal some damage. Yes.
Looking to deal some damage. You're one of my men. Okay. So, what type of weapon you looking for, eh?
Well, quite recently, we had a bit of a scuffle with a giant beast man. And I had... Yeah, it's a weird creature. I almost died from it. So, I have this. Yes, I have this. I show him my war pick. And I feel like this is not cutting it. And I have this. And I have I take out my other hand axe. This is also what I have.
Alright. So I see you have a mixture of poking somebody's eyes out and then breaking someone's back. You want something heavier? He turns to his friend.
I feel it.
Still break. Huh? Bring out the big gun, or the big guy. He looks up, sees you, like, overshadowing because of the lighting. He's like, oh, big guy, okay. He moves back. He drops, like, his hammer as he was on the anvil, puts something to a water barrel right next to it, and the singe of smoke as the heated metal hits the water. He walks to the back of the wall and picks up what would be a... what was it called? I believe it's called a warhammer. He picks up a warhammer, yes. And a... where was it? There was another weapon. A great axe. He picks up a warhammer and a great axe from the wall. See? And starts carrying it to the front. Well, I heard you were looking for damage. These
Yes,
two
I
friends
am.
to you?
Because
Well, they're gonna cost you.
how much is cost?
How much is cost? That is a great question. Well, the great axe will run you 300. And the warhammer, about 250.
He scrubs his little chin hair that he has on.
Do these are fine weapons? Do they have any smell it properties?
Properties. As he smacks the ground to both of the weapons, they have some runic insignias on their stabs and their metal heads as they shine bright on the impact. They are enchanted, friend. They're better at killing.
I like the sound of killing.
I smell the warhammer. I pick up both. I smell the warhammer. I smell the axe.
Yeah, the warhammer, it's a bludgeoning weapon. It smells of, iron and certain magical essences to it. And the the great axe is the slashing weapon. It is a bit bigger, a bit heavier, but it can really wreak some havoc if you use it. Both weapons deal a massive ton of damage, but it's up to you which one you choose. You can't really use both in combat.
No, of course. I understand.
Yeah, the great axe is a D12, a 1D12, and the warhammer. And the warhammer.
The warhammer is versatile, right?
The the Warhammer is versatile. It deals a 1d8 and the versatile is 1d10.
So
Great Axe is two-handed, whilst the Warhammer can be one-handed.
that it can.
Use a shield, so.
Yeah, I do have my great oak wooden shield.
Yes, you do.
I look at the Warhammer again.
Yep, it's pure metal, pure badass, infused with magic.
Is there anything I could use to test out such a fine weapon?
Yes, yeah, Stonebreak? He wants to test a weapon. He thinks I'm lying? My weapons are strong. Come in the back. He guides you to the back of the shop as you takes to the side. He takes you to a mannequin, a training dummy. There's a training dummy. Don't worry about breaking it. We'll cover it.
You sure?
Okay. Huh. Trust me, mate. I show that mannequin every time I make a new weapon. I need to make sure it kills.
That's a sturdy mannequin.
Very sturdy.
I use the versatile, part of it. I use both hands, so I use the D10, I guess. So I'm just gonna roll damage. Well, I go and attack it.
Yep. You run at it, you do a step to it, and attack it with the Warhammer. The mannequin breaks almost instantly on impact, and you feel that hit was a lot stronger than you're usually accustomed to. And
I'll pray for the mannequin.
Oh, don't worry. Just give it a sec. You're confused at what he means.
Give it a sec.
Yeah, and you look at the mannequin and you see the straws start to jitter and reassess itself. Its form redoes itself in less than a minute.
I'll take it.
Yes. Alrighty.
I'll take it.
Warhammer's 250.
250. Damn it, this is why she's embarrassed with me.
Don't worry, I'll help you count. And he goes to the counter, throws a money, and he counts with you, helps you count the money. And 250.
Oh yes, do I gain 1 intelligence from this?
Not really.
It's a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah, he helps you count. He counts to 250. It's oh, there we go. Puts the rest of the money in the bag and puts it to you. Have fun killing. And trust me, I believe we will be seeing each other soon.
I believe so too. I just grip on this Warhammer. It feels so good in my hands. Oh, by the way, do you have actually... No, never mind. This is a fine weapon, and I shall use all of his... What is your name, good sir?
Name? They call me Stonebreak. Matthew Stonebreak.
Stonebreak. I shall name this mighty weapon by you. A fine craftsman.
You make me blush.
Not as much as the blood running to the people's faces when I use it against them. I mean, it is a gesture. Don't worry about it.
Just come back safe and sound.
Oh, I will. And this weapon will be in my hands when I come back. Thank you so much, good sir.
Thank you for business.
I leave the tent.
Yeah.
This guy
You leave the tent. Yeah, you leave the tent, weapon in hand, and you feel yourself that you're sturdier. I added the weapon. I've also subtracted the amount on D&D Beyond.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing that right here in my app, just to, keep it, that's all.
Yeah.
All right. Do I just add a basic Warhammer? Yeah.
Warhammer +1. It's a +1 weapon.
My man.
Mm-hmm. You're adding it on your phone, right? Your phone app?
Yeah, I'm adding my phone up just in case.
Okay, I updated on your D&D Beyond as well, so you can always check back there. So, you pick up your weapon and you feel like you've completed your daily tasks. So, you have the rest of the day to yourself and relish on your new killing weapon. And so, as everybody, like, does their things and gets together and, you know, goes for a nice rest, we will be ending the session here, cutting it short, and we will continue this downtime by the next session, where you guys should be participating in a festival of sorts. So that should be interesting. Hopefully the other two players can. Yes, hopefully the other two players can join and be able to partake in this festival or do the activities that they weren't able to do downtime wise. So that was interesting. And I will be stopping the recording, and I need to get downstairs because they want me to play freaking Minecraft or some shit. Anyway.
I'm sorry, they want you to play what?
Minecraft.
What? Minecraft.
Anyway, that is all for today. This was a very downtime-ish activity, and I hope you guys had fun with that shit. So,
Downtime part 2 is next week.
Part 2 is next week, yeah. Part 2 of downtime, so, yeah. Let's see what happens then.
Hell, fuck yes, I'm getting some good shit this time.
What the
So
heck is
Jumpy
that?
said after I told him we're rich.
Okay.
I told
Anyway.
Father we were rich, we got 1500 gold. He's like, hell the fuck yes, I'm gonna get some good shit this time.
Okay.
I was looking forward to convince you guys to be investors in my business endeavors. I could get, with that money, I could get the farm running, the store running. All I need is a laboratory for the confection of medicine.
Anyway, I'm stopping the recording.